Okay, so our next speaker coming up is Shabnam, or as you know her, Lady Shabnam, and she's going to talk to us about her speech, which is acupuncture and the different levels of healing. But first, I'd like to introduce her speech evaluator.
Me.
Thank you, Val. I was looking at, somehow it came out funny on my sheet. Val Lima, who's going to be, can you tell us what you'll be looking for in her speech, Val?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Well, fellow Toastmasters and guests, Lady Shabnam is going to present us a level 4 speech from the effective coaching path this evening. She's looking for things that I'll be especially watching for will be organization, clarity, and I'm sure she's going to present a very interesting speech. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Val. Lady Shabnam, we'd love to hear your speech, acupuncture and the different levels of healing. Acupuncture and different levels of healing. Shabnam, please go ahead.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Lady Shabnam. How many minutes each?
5 to 7.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you. Imagine this. Over 2,000 years ago, in East China, everything is made out of mud. The homes are low. It is dark. And inside a little home, a little boy is laying sick. Alarming, no? Indeed. So what is happening now? The doctor, the town doctor, rushes over to the little hut to treat this little boy. He walks in with a wooden box, opens it up, and inside of that, guess what's there? There's little jars of herbs. And next to the herbs, there's a pile of something that looks like spear needles made out of stone. Yes, you heard it, stone. Back 2,000 years ago, this doctor took one of those spear stone needles and pointed at a specific point in the little boy's body and almost hammered it in. And that point caused the boy's body to react. And within days, he was feeling better. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here to introduce you to acupuncture and the different levels of healing that is done with acupuncture. And in so doing, I have my friend, Jack, with me. So when we look at Jack today, we see that his body is covered with lines in different colors. And those lines are covered with little dots. Same goes with the back of his body. These lines are called meridians. And the little points on there is the acupressure points. And each point treats different symptoms. Fortunately, as time has passed, our methods has also evolved. And we no longer use stone needles, which I can imagine could not have been very pleasant. What we use instead is stainless steel needles looking like this. See, very tiny and flexible. So I'm going to take this little needle, hold the shaft, put the needle tube right on my skin and quickly put it through. And then I can also stimulate it a little bit. Now this particular point is called Sanjay 6, which is actually a really good point for constipation. Now, how does this work? You would think now. Well, in ancient China, or in ancient medicine or traditional medicine, the human body or human being was not separated in physical pain versus mental pain or spiritual pain. All and everything was very holistically viewed. So we treated physically, we treated mentally, we treated emotionally, and we treated spiritually. Imagine a chair. If the chair is going to be sturdy, you can't just make sure that one leg out of the 4 legs are really strong. You have to make sure that all 4 are really strong so that this chair gets really, really sturdy and lasts for a very long time. Same goes with human beings. When we treat a person, we really treat a person in all layers. But there is also contradiction in treating a person with acupuncture, and those are as following. You do not treat a person if they're starving, because their blood sugar can drop and they can feel faint. And you do not treat a person either if they are, or if they haven't had much sleep. They may have severe insomnia, and in that case, you wouldn't still treat them either because they could faint. Now, you may use one point only, which is right here on the wrist, to help them calm down and hopefully fall asleep. However, the most important thing, you do not treat a person who has alcohol in their system, because then they really faint. And how do I know that? Sure, the teachers told us, but I had to experiment with that. So one day I came home from school. This is a long time ago. And back then, I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, for the sake of experiment, no? So one day we went out, we had some wine, and later on that night, I figured, let's put some needles in him. I did that. He was sitting down, not an issue. And I thought, maybe it's not as severe. Next moment he got up to use the restroom, he took one step, perfectly fine. Second step, and the head hit the wall. He was completely out, fainted on the floor. He came to himself, realizing he was on the floor and didn't know how he got there. And I learned the hard way. Don't do it when a person is drunk. Sure, that didn't make him want to break up with me back then, but things changed eventually between us. So all in all, remember this. When it comes to acupuncture, we treat a person in a very holistic way. And we treat it by treating the physical body, the mind, the heart, and the soul. And that brings you in a complete wholeness with yourself and your surrounding. Thank you.